Forgiveness. To forgive as you have been forgiven is the second aspect under which you should categorize and act out everything that is. It is hard to forgive when injustice cries out to heaven and a trail of emotional and physical devastation has been left through a life. Yes, it is, and so don't overwhelm yourself, but give yourself the time you need. You are a person in whom God has long slumbered and in whom God is now awakening, and you are realizing, all healing is only complete through the act of forgiveness. Take all the time you need for it. It is the master key to all healing. Trust in life, trust in yourself, trust in God. This is the third pillar that allows you to remain in love, that opens up the possibility for you to stay positively oriented, to trust that everything has its reason, its justification, and its meaning, and to trust that in the end everything must move towards the good, the divine and the light. The unwritten law of creation is, everything is God. God created the individual aspects of creation so that God could recognize himself in the individual and the individual in God. The mystery of all being unity. Once you reach this level, you remain in love. Your natural state of being becomes your natural everyday state. Whatever comes, you remain with yourself, centered, anchored in God and in love. And you ask, can I live love when I am hurt, when I encounter injustice, and when anger arises? I tell you, you remain in love, even when the signs of the times hurt you deeply in your heart. You remain in love, even when anger arises due to the circumstances of the time. You remain in love even if, like me once did, you banish the money changers from the temple. No one can remain permanently centered, balanced, and at peace due to the current circumstances. Make sure to extend periods of inner peace and connection. That's what it's about, not a human being who functions perfectly around the clock. Restlessness is natural, as you are moving away from a situation. Anger is helpful if it is temporary, as you are venting, and misunderstanding is not a sin as long as your heart seeks understanding. The solution is, take the time you need to find your way back to your own strength and your inner center. No one expects superhuman feats from a divine being who has freely chosen to experience life on a limited planet. Forgetting to remember God is not a sin, but rather an inner program waiting to be discovered. What you are doing is already love, otherwise, you wouldn't be here. And so everything is a process, remembering, becoming, finding oneself again, and the awakening of longing. Everything is a process unfolding over eons, ultimately bringing about the corresponding result of enlightenment and bliss. Humanity is now resolutely striding towards this gateway of knowledge. Therefore, treat yourself with humanity, compassion, acceptance, indulgence, patience, insight, and foresight. You are the most important person in your life. Always be aware of that. To live life from the inside out means to perceive yourself first, to love yourself first, and to see yourself first. Self-realization without following the desires of the ego, that is the path to enlightenment. JJK, so I can remain in a relationship even if I'm not currently in love. Love doesn't always mean being in a good mood, right? Jesus Christ, love means developing understanding, practicing forgiveness, and internalizing trust. Love means perceiving God in everything, and that leads you first to yourself. Beloved person, the degree of your inner healing determines the degree of your capacity to love. Disturbing situations or frightening moments pass, and as long as you are aware of this dynamic, your capacity to love will remain even in the greatest storms and upheavals. Your task is to move forward. My task is to accompany you. I am here among you, working directly with you. Whoever entrusts themselves to me is safe in God, for I am alive in Him. Please state your name here. Ask Jesus Christ for direct guidance in my life. I trust in your power and I believe in my strength. I surrender myself to your guidance until the light and love of God illuminate me. Shuraja Om Isthar Om. So go in the name of God and perform your good deeds. For there is no evil left in a heart that is healed in my love and dwells in God's care. Go so, until love may remain. Jesus Christ.